everyone. I'm Gary Nawn. I'd like to welcome you to this program. We're here to empower people. Each and every day we can either listen on terrestrial radio on WPFW out of Washington, D.C., KPFK, serving the greater whole state of California, but specifically the Los Angeles area. WNYE, the official radio station of the city of New York, heard throughout New Jersey and New York. And of course over the internet. We have millions upon millions of people listening over the internet. In fact, according to Motivox, we are the #1 listened to radio program in the world over the internet. So I welcome all of you. Today we are going to be doing something a little differently. We're actually broadcasting live via television from my studio in New York City. This program will be edited into short 5-minute segments for health update and be shown on our website, GaryNawn.com, in the very near future. And then every single day, you'll be able to go to GaryNawn.com throughout the day, 24 hours a day, and have empowering information, whether it's about the latest in the environment, health, nutrition, exercise, anything that impacts well-being. We'll discuss, we'll film it, then we'll put it up there as little information pieces, fresh and new every single day. So that's where we're going. Let's begin. By the way, later today we'll also have a guest. We're going to be talking about those who have pain. Now historically, if you had pain, you more often than likely would use a VOX2, or not a VOX, but a COX-2 inhibitor, a drug like Vioxx. Well, we know that Vioxx led to at least 60,000 heart attacks and strokes. People died. Hundreds of thousands more adversely affected. Nothing major has been done about that, by the way. The medical community still to this day has not told people what they could do that's natural and non-toxic that would do virtually the same as those drugs. We will, and we'll have a board-certified physician and professor on the show in the latter part of the program. Let's go to the latest in health nutrition update information. This comes from Softpedia News under Herbs and Fruits, Alexandra Lupa. Here's what it says. Red wine boosts physical endurance and prevents weight. And I'll report this exactly. It says resveratrol, a compound naturally occurring in the skin of red grapes and cranberries, boosts muscle endurance and also helps mice stay trim, according to the findings of a recent study carried out by a team of researchers at the University of Genetics, Molecular and Cell Biology in France. Taking into account the high potency of resveratrol chemical to increase muscle endurance, it may be one day used as a natural physical performance enhancer for athletes, and that's according to Professor David St. Clair of Harvard Medical School. Now, here are my thoughts on this. First, it is always best to go to the organic natural source of anything. Secondly, remember, any chemical that is found in any herb, food, is isolated in order so it can be patented, so it can be marketed. But, just a little common sense here, why not simply take the whole fruit? Why not simply eat grapes? And best eat a dark grape, a blue grape, a black grape, or a red grape are better in their nutritional quality than a green grape. Also, those grapes that have seeds are better than those without seeds because it's found that in the skin and the seed you get about 90% of the nutritional value of what's important in a grape. In fact, the fleshy part of the grape is the least nutritional part. So by taking the whole grape and making a red wine from it, that's good. But it's still good but not great because you have dilution. The water is the dilution. Now, it's just like a glass of juice. Let's say that we have some broccoli. How much broccoli could you eat at a serving? Maybe 1/4 of a pound before you felt a little full and overwhelmed by how much broccoli you just ate? How much broccoli could you juice into a glass? Well, it would take about 3 pounds of broccoli to give you about 3 to 4 ounces of broccoli juice. Now, 3 to 4 ounces of juice is about 1 mouthful of juice. Easily, you could drink 3 pounds of broccoli if it were juice. But what if you dried the juice? 97% of the juice is water. About 3% makes up non-digestible fibers that came through that weren't filtered out, and minerals, and chlorophyll, and phytonutrients. But what is it that really heals? Is it the broccoli, per se? Is it the juice that was in the broccoli? Or is it when you eliminate the fiber and the juice, you end up, or the water, you end up with the chlorophyll, phytonutrients, minerals, antioxidants? That's what heals. So at the end of everything, it is the concentration of healing nutrients that your body really benefits from, and that's what you want. That's why it is always important to look at what do you want from a particular item? What are you trying to achieve from it? Now, when it comes to healing, reversing damage to the cell, naturally cleaning up the system with chlorophylls, chelating out toxic metals and pesticides, then the compounded powders are your single most important healing source. So if I wanted the benefit of what they just said was in the red wine, it can boost my physical endurance, then I'm not going to eat the grapes by themselves. I certainly love eating grapes, and you should too. Nor would I be necessarily even taking a grape concentrate. That would be another way, and even a better way, of getting more of the resveratrol and the healing items. I would take a capsule or a powder. That would give me about 50 times more of what I want and what would benefit me than just eating some grapes or having some wine.